Wait. Something is... I turned to look over Archeon's shoulder. Boats dotted the murky sea. 5 rowers to a boat and at least 24 boats. They weren't manned by vampires, though. Those willowy forms with their permanently wind-blown hair could only be elves.
Look.
Emery pointed ahead of us. Dots moved along the eastern pathways, too far away for any detail, but they had humanoid forms. They could have been vampires, but they were coming from the opposite direction as the lair, and with the elves coming from the north. I tapped Archeon's shoulder again.
Hurry! Get back to the others. The elves are gonna try and wipe out the unicorns and probably anyone else around.
Vlad was almost too late.
Emery gripped my shoulders as Archeon put on a burst of speed. We sailed to the southern tip and dipped down.
Get off now. It'll be faster. I need to look for a larger landing place. Take the mage.
I whipped my right leg around, grabbed Emery's arm, and jumped. Rather than follow, he tried to yank me back, almost ripping my arm out of my socket.
Come on!
I used my magic this time and forced him off Archeon.
Warn me next time! I don't usually just leap off dragons mid-flight!
How would you know? You've only ridden one twice!
I sped us toward the ground quickly.
This is terrible!
I slammed on the hover brakes as Darius and Vlad turned to look at me. Penny stood off to the side, eyes wide, her attention firmly fixed on the unicorn matriarch.
Reagan, so good of you to...
Elves, quick! Elves are coming.
I cut Vlad's posture short. Something occurred to me.
We should have warned the unicorns on the north side of the island. Will they know to run? Will they be fast enough?
Where are they coming from? How many?
I closed my eyes and repeated what my perfect recall had printed onto my brain.
Is this everyone?
I motioned around the clearing at the vampire standing idle. Vlad's head snapped right, where his second-in-command stood in her leather bustier and spiked high heels.
Send someone for backup. We don't have enough to keep the elves at bay for long.
No. Take a team and get the unicorns out of here. Get them down to the underworld. Find my father and tell him they need protection. Tell him to make them comfortable.
Darius studied me for a moment, but he didn't question my command. He turned and nodded to Vlad.